My fiancée wanted a breakup. She said her besties think she's out of my league and deserves better than a welder. When her backup plan failed, she wanted to get back together. I was engaged to Jessica for 8 months when she dropped the bomb. We were sitting in our apartment on a Tuesday night eating leftover pizza when she got real quiet and said we needed to talk. My heart sank because nothing good ever starts with those words. She took off her engagement ring and put it on the coffee table between us. Her friends think I deserve better, she said. You're a welder, and I have a marketing degree. We're just at different places in life. I sat there staring at that ring, trying to process what was happening. Different places in life? I'd been welding for 6 years, made decent money, had my own truck paid off, zero debt. But apparently that wasn't good enough for Jessica's college friends. She kept talking about how her bestie Amber had concerns, how her other friend Nicole said I wasn't ambitious enough, how they all agreed she could do better than a guy who works with his hands. I asked if this was really about her friends or if she felt this way too. She looked away and said she just needed time to think, time to figure out what she really wanted. I moved my stuff out that weekend, stayed with my buddy Chris while I looked for a new place. Jessica kept our apartment since her name was on the lease. The whole thing felt surreal, like I was watching it happen to someone else. 2 weeks later, Chris showed me Jessica's Instagram. She'd posted pictures at some fancy restaurant downtown with a guy in a suit. The caption said, "New beginnings." The guy was tagged, some finance bro named Derek, who worked at the same company as Amber's boyfriend. Chris did some digging because that's what best friends do. Turns out Jessica had been talking to Derek for months before the breakup. They'd met at Amber's birthday party back in July. Derek drove a BMW, wore expensive watches, took her to wine tastings and art gallery openings. All the stuff Jessica's friends thought she deserved. I was hurt, but honestly, I was more angry that she didn't just tell me the truth. I focused on work, picked up extra shifts, started saving money for a house. My boss offered me a supervisor position with a big raise. I took a welding certification course on weekends to specialize in underwater welding, which pays even more. 3 months after the breakup, I bought a foreclosed house in a nice neighborhood. It needed work, but I could fix most of it myself. New floors, updated kitchen, completely redid the master bathroom. I posted progress pictures on my Instagram because I was proud of the work. That's when Jessica started watching all my stories. Then she started liking my posts. Then she sent me a message saying the house looked amazing and asking how I was doing. I left her on read. A week later, she texted saying she made a huge mistake. That Derek turned out to be a jerk who only cared about himself. He'd dump her at parties to network with his finance buddies, made her split every bill down to the penny, even asked her to help pay for his car payment because he was bad with money despite the fancy job. Jessica said her friends were wrong about me, that she was wrong about me. Could we meet up and talk? I thought about it for maybe 5 seconds, then typed back, "No thanks, I'm good." She kept texting, saying she realized I was the one all along, that material things don't matter, that she loved me and wanted to fix things. I finally called her and said, "You didn't want to break, you wanted to trade up. Now that your backup plan crashed, you think you can just come back? That's not how this works." She started crying, saying she was young and stupid and influenced by her friends. I told her those friends would still be in her life, still judging her choices, still making her feel like she settled. I wasn't going to be someone's backup plan or second choice. My new neighbor Kelly had been helping me pick out paint colors for the living room. She was a teacher, thought it was cool that I could build and fix things. We'd been grabbing coffee on Saturday mornings after I finished work on the house. Nothing serious yet, but it felt easy and real. She never once made me feel like I wasn't enough. Last week, Jessica showed up at my house unannounced, saw Kelly's car in the driveway and me showing her the deck I'd just built. Jessica just stood there on the sidewalk staring, then got back in her car and left. I got one final text from her that night saying she understood and hoped I'd be happy. I deleted the message and got back to planning the housewarming party. Turns out being a welder who owns his own house and knows his worth is pretty great, actually.